Hey guys, Brad M73 here. Welcome to Farming Simulator 19. And actually, this is my Let's Play of Farming Simulator 19. If you guys have been fans of my channel for a while, you guys know I have been doing a lot of pre-release and post-release live streaming of FS19. But I finally wanted to get my my series going on Farming Simulator 19. So this will be episode 1. And here you can see some of my previous saves from the live stream. I'm going to choose save number 5 just to kind of keep things simple. And I am actually going to choose Farm Manager on the USA Ravenport map. We're also going to do another live stream of, or not live stream, but another Let's Play on the European map as well. But I wanted to get started on Ravenport just because, you know, I'm an American and we can go through the tutorials and everything. So let's get started. Let's see. Yes, I do want the John Deere hat. Let's see. I want a black. Do I want a black shirt? I want a gray shirt. I don't want a white shirt. We could do like green. Like a John Deere green. I don't know why I'm singing, guys. And then we can also do a jacket. I don't really like who wears a leather jacket? And no, I'm going to pass on the sunglasses, I think. I believe we can come back and change the jacket. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Gosh, I'm really embarrassed now. We got to look at the mods. Wait. Oh. Really, they didn't add any mods today. So we've got some additional mods. Some of the things I have added to the game, but I thought there would be more. All right, sorry about that, guys. You guys are already getting frustrated. So Ravenport, we got our guy set up. All right, start, load. I'm basically going to start on New Farmer, and the reason why I'm doing that is because it's just the right thing. Not only is it the right thing to do, but you're like, what? What do you mean it's the right thing? For me doing a not a live stream, but a Let's Play where you're only seeing, maybe 45 minutes to an hour a day of gameplay, selling crops is going to be incredibly important, and making the most money off of them is going to be incredibly important. So obviously we get the best yield. Well, the yields stay about the same between all the different game modes, but the amount of money that you get in the first farmer is definitely a lot more, and it just lends itself better to doing these types of episodes. So just wanted to kind of make that clear off the start. Follow the path to the big yellow harvester at the end of your field. So we're going to go through the tutorial. If you are following along and playing for the first time, just kind of following. I don't know why I'm actually zigzagging down the path, but I am. We might also get rid of like these decorative buildings because they just look kind of yucky, and see about placing down some other placeables in the future. So we're going to come over here to the combine. Now we've got our first field number 24, ready to go. Oh shoot, I totally didn't even see what that is. It probably said like get into the combine, right? Okay, attach the harvester's header. All right. So we can just hit Q. Now, unfold the harvester. I think we should, with the X key and then B to turn it on. Okay. So if you look at the very top left, you see like a little tractor, and you see that there's a front attachment on it that's a little bit brighter white than the tractor. The tractor's a little bit gray, and I'll kind of go back and forth. I'm hitting my G key right now. So this is how hitting the G key is how you select your different attachments, whether you've got trailers, whether you've got a front loader. You can cycle through those, and we want to cycle back to the combine and hit the X button to unfold the combine so that it's ready to go. The next thing we want to do is hit the B key and start farming. So I'm going to just go ahead and hit number 3. That's my cruise control. That's the maximum speed. But you can go like, hit 1, 2, and, do it that way as well. And there is a question mark here. I don't know what's going on here. So far, so good. Usually, however, you'll have a lot to do, so it makes sense to hire helpers on your farm. Whenever a job can be executed by a helper, it will be indicated in the top left panel. Really? It will be indicated in the top left panel. What is the... I don't see anywhere where it's indicated that a job can be done by a helper. To hire a helper, hit H, which will do that, and the helper will now take care of this job until they are done or the grain tank of the harvester is full. You can now take care of other business, exit the harvester, and walk to the next question mark. All right. Which is over here. It's nice they put these gigantic laser biomes in place. So I guess we're probably going to learn about cultivating. Fields that have been harvested need to be cultivated before... Wait. Fields that have been harvested need to be cultivated before they can be sown anew. All right. The field has been harvested recently and now needs somebody to cultivate it. Enter the tractor and attach the cultivator that's placed behind it. All right. So here we've got the case 7210. We've got a front weight, which we also want to attach. And it looks like a Polymag. Is that the brand? Rouse Cam Polymag? I don't know these brands. So we'll hook that up. And then we'll also pull forward, and we can also hook up the sewer front weight. Now we'll lower the cultivator and drive over the field to cultivate its soil. And let's look at the very top left where you see our little tractor there. Now we are on the front weight, so we can actually raise and lower the front weight. I'm just going to keep it raised for right now. And we'll pull forward a little bit. And we will hit the G key again, and that will switch us to the cultivator in the back. And on the tractor, because the tractor doesn't really need to be unfolded or anything like that, it just switches from front to back. So let's lower our cultivator, and we'll get to doing some actual work here. And again, it's probably going to tell us to hire a worker. Well done. That's enough for now. You can finish the field later if you want, or hire. I always hire the workers. Let's switch to one of the other tractors. Using the switch feature, you can quickly cycle through all of your vehicles. So basically, we're going to hit the tab button. Shift tab, because I have my Steam overlay. Actually, I don't know if I've got my Steam overlay, because this game technically isn't through Steam. Trees. So I've got the hired worker here. Girl in there, she's going to be doing all of the cultivating, and we're going to hit the tab button to go into our next vehicle. Fields that have been cultivated are ready to be sown. For this, you need a sowing machine. Get back in the tractor and attach the sowing machine that's placed behind it. All right. So again, we've got a front weight. We've got the Amazon, and we'll connect the front weight. The sowing machine you just attached is already filled with seeds. Once you run out, you will have to refill it with a seed bag. You start with 2 bags at your farm. Once they have been used up, you'll need to buy more from the shop. Time to sow. Select the seeder you want to use, turn it on and lower it, turn on and lower the sowing machine. Jeez. Then drive over the field. So we hit the B key to turn it on. Oh wait, no, we have to actually tab to the back. Use the G key to get to the back, and hit the B key. And I think I can kind of hear it, and then you lower it, and let's see, we'll kind of pull over to the right just a little bit, and hopefully we are not seeding. Why aren't we not seeding? Hire worker, open cover, lift sower. It says the sower is turned on right now. Aha, now it's working. So now we'll just hire the worker again, and let's see what next task we have to perform. Nice, you've got the hang of that. You can continue later if you want, or hire another helper for this job. Switch to the next question mark with a tractor mark icon, or question mark. Golly, I can't even talk tonight. All right. Next tractor. As soon as the harvester's tank is full, or even before that, you can unload its contents into a trailer. Hop on the tractor and attach the trailer to it. Okay. Drive up next to the harvester, and we will begin to offload. Now, one thing you want to be careful of, especially if you have, let's see, where is it? I think it's under game here. If you have crop destruction turned on, driving over the crops with these big wide tires will actually damage the crops. So that's one thing to be aware of. Now, you can, if you're new to the game and you're getting frustrated by constantly destroying your crops, obviously you can disable that in the options menu. And again, you just hit escape, click on the tractor, and you can turn that off. I also like to play with periodic plowing on. It's not really necessary, but it just adds a little bit more realism to the game. And as far as I can tell, the periodic plowing is only affected when you do corn, sunflowers, and I think potatoes and sugar beets. Great. What wheat is being dumped into your trailer. Wait until it's done, and then drive your tractor with the trailer to the spot indicated on the map and touch the question mark there. Okay, well, I guess we'll have to wait until everything is finished harvesting to do that. Jiminy. It's kind of cray-cray. There we go. So we'll move that forward a little bit. Now we also have about almost $100,000 to play with. Of course, our money is going down a little bit because we are, hiring workers at different spots. I'm going to just go ahead and take over the. Why is this not working? Oh. I just want to take over doing the harvesting here. Maybe we can kind of speed things up just a little bit. And essentially start working towards making a lot of money and upgrading our machines. Because we're gonna need some like a fertilizer spreader. We're gonna need a lime spreader because you have to do lime now. I think you can also turn lime off in the menu, but again, I like to keep things, a little bit more realistic. Okay. So we're getting our first snow of the season, the first sticking snow. I don't think we've had any other snow so far this year. It's not probably going to amount to very much, I hope. But yep, it's actually snowing outside. And in less than a month, Christmas will be here. Oh my gosh. I know a lot of you guys have been telling me that, you're going to be getting Farming Simulator for Christmas and, looking forward to it, watching my live streams, you're going to be probably watching this episode as well. But yeah, it's absolutely great. I'm really enjoying it. You guys some of you might already know that by now, but it never hurts to say it. And another thing that I should point out, if you're just getting started with Farming Simulator, especially if you're brand new, never played it ever before in your entire life, is on the American map, that's where you get this little tutorial, right, that we're doing right now. The European map, the game comes with two maps. The European map, called Felsbrunn, does not include a tutorial, like a starting tutorial. So it's kind of more for maybe a little bit the seasoned player. But as far as like, you know, map difficulty or anything like that, there's really no difference at all. It's just, you know, the setting in which you're playing is different. And so, you know, people ask me all the time which map is better. Really, I like the way both of the maps are set up. The only reason why I would probably, in some cases, choose the European map or the German map over the American map is that the German map is a lot cleaner. The American map, for whatever reason, the buildings and things like that look a little bit more run down. And nope, I don't want to do that. I want to turn you off. Okay. So we're going to let that offload. Now, another thing I do like to turn on is the automatic engine start. I like to turn that off, actually. And what that allows you to do is get into your tractor. You have to, the tractor or vehicle doesn't automatically start when you jump in anymore. You do have to hit the enter button, but you can also jump out and it will continue running. So definitely something that you probably want to consider doing if you want a little bit more realism. Personally, I like doing it that way, but some people may not like that. So let's see, now where do we have to go? Oh, we just have to go up to the restaurant. Oh, and I forgot to show you guys the map. This is the full map. And we don't have too far to go. But this is like, I don't know if this is the slowest tractor in the game, but I definitely know it's one of the slowest tractors in the game. And you can, just by hitting the 9 key, you can resize, close your mini-map, you get the small mini-map. The small mini-map is solid, whereas if you open up the larger mini-map, it's actually transparent, as you can see. You can also see the full map if you want. If you go to, you know, hit escape and go up to the little world icon, you can also see and zoom in and out of the mini map to even get a better picture of it. So that's how you do that. Got a little bit of tire deformation there. And another thing that I really like about Farming Simulator 19 is the position of the driver, and pretty much, I would say 95% of the vehicles that I've driven so far, the eye position or the head position is much better, and it just driving the vehicles, it's a lot more fun to drive from the first person perspective. So much so that you can actually get, you know, I think you can do a lot more work in-game from the first-person perspective than you can in pretty much all previous farming simulators. I just think it's, for whatever reason, they've got the view right and the kind of the depth of field and the viewing angle just right. So guided tour, this unloading station is one of the places on the map where you can sell your harvest. You can check the current prices of all products by opening the menu and going to the prices screen. So it's saying open menu. Move the tractor so that the trailer is located right over the pit. As soon as the unload symbol appears at the bottom of the screen, you can unload the wheat and sell it. All right. So basically it's saying to hit escape, and you can go up here to the second tab, and this is going to show you all the prices. Now, you can also click each of these, whichever one you want, and you'll see a little arrow next to it. You can see how the little up arrow changes. And basically what it'll do is it'll rank the best selling point to the worst selling point, or the, you know, where you can sell your crop for the highest to the lowest. So right now it's at the ranch, but we have to sell it at the restaurant. And it's not, you know, the price isn't terrible at the restaurant right now, but we don't really get that much for this wheat. I mean, we've only got 4,700, so we're only going to get maybe close to 5,000 or so. Nicely done. Selling your crops is the main way to earn money as a farmer. Let's drive over to the shop where the final question mark icon is located. The flashing green ring indicates it on your map. Once again. Okay. So, yep, we can see it right there on the mini map. And I know a lot of you guys are also going to ask, how do I play the game? Do I use a steering wheel? Do I use a gamepad? What do I use? I do have steering wheels. I have a Logitech G27. I also have the Cytec/Logitech farming wheel. However, I choose mostly to play with mouse and keyboard and my Xbox controller. I'm using an Xbox 360 wired controller. You can also use the Xbox 360 wireless controller or the Xbox One wireless controller if you have the wireless dongle, the USB wireless dongle that you can plug into your computer. Otherwise, if you just have the regular like Xbox 360 wireless controller and you use the cable to plug it up, it won't work. Will not work. This is where you can sell your vehicles and tools or buy new equipment. You can either visit the shop in person by activating the shopping symbol in front of it or trigger it elsewhere by pressing the button shown below. So you can also hit you can hit the P button on your keyboard. And that's the end of this tour. Look out for more question marks that provide information about specific game elements, or visit the tutorials found on the main menu for more in-depth information. Good luck and have fun in the world of farming. All right, so that's actually the first time that I've actually gone through the entire tutorial and paid attention while I was doing it. It's like, hey, I know so much about Farming Simulator, I just kind of usually breeze right through. Ooh, I kind of like this. Let's see. I'm just going to take a screenshot. Okay, I think I just took one. So yeah, you can run over here. You can also go to the bank and take out a loan, or you can go over here and, buy better tractors. You can buy more equipment, so on and so forth. One thing I kind of want to do, actually, let's do it right now, is if we were to go into placeables, we can actually click on the garage down at the bottom. Let me go back right down here. We'll click on garage. This is where we can see all the vehicles that we currently own, like the trailer, combine, front weights. You actually do have to purchase your silos, but we have all of these, even the barn. All of these are just cosmetic upgrades, I guess, or cosmetic placeable items. I don't really like the way they look. They are, run down, rusty looking. Even the house, I don't like the house at all. I don't know why Giants chose to make the American map look so run down. But for whatever reason, they did, and we have to deal with it. My hope is that modders, down the road over the course of the next few months, maybe the modders want to add nicer homes into the game. I think that would be a great idea. You would definitely have my support. But all of these little placeables, I'm not going to use. They don't have any use other than being. I probably leave the barn there just because it's it looks like a nice barn. But like these little sheds, we're going to go ahead and sell all of these. And it's going to give us a little bit of extra money. And I want to check out one other thing that I've been trying to do during my Let's Plays, or my live streams, I'm sorry, is place a horse pen somewhere near the main yard. Now, I've had people tell me that they've been able to do it. I have not been able to do it. I have no idea why, but let's speed across the map by holding the shift buttons down and the arrow keys, and we're going to fly down here to the farm, and I'm going to see if for some reason I can finally place this down, and it still looks like it's not going to let me. let's see. You can also raise and lower, but yeah, the people that have told me about it, I mean, I'm placing. They're essentially placing their horse farm right in this area, like right exactly where I'm putting it, and it's just not working for me. So I don't know why. I have absolutely no clue why that's not working. But as you can see, it's definitely not. Let's see. We could go to sheds. We could get like a little easy shed here. Can I rotate? Yes, I can. You can also hold the shift button while you're rotating to speed things up. You can also hit the C button, and that'll kind of lock it into like the different perspectives that are available. I was really wanting to put a shed right in there, but apparently it says terrain cannot be deformed here, so I guess the closest that we could really put it is back here. I put it kind of, oh, I can actually put it right there. Now, another thing that you want to be very careful of is the height of of the placeable, okay? You can hold down your left control button and move it up and down, okay? But doing so can have a financial impact, and unfortunately it's not showing. Let me see if I hit F1. No, it still is not showing what that is. Now, this shed only costs $9,000, all right? Whoops. But I guarantee you, oh good. Let's turn this around. Boop, 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 boop. I guarantee you it's going to cost us probably a lot more than that. All right, where did we have it? Okay, there we go. I think right about here. I wonder why I can deform terrain here, but I can't like right over there. So if I raise and lower this, okay, it should deform all the terrain underneath it. Now, you got to be very careful about how you do this, because you could end up really shooting yourself in the foot. Because what happens, and we're going to place it right now, you can see we went from almost $200,000 down to $41,000, and I don't think it said how much. There it is, $63,357 to place that. I think that's a major flaw in the game engine right now, and I'm really hoping that Giant Software fixes that, you know, over the coming, hopefully weeks, but weeks or months. But at least we have another shed that we can, you know, that we can use to put our vehicles in. It looks a little bit nicer. We have another one over there, but you know, why have one when you can have two for more than twice the price, right? Let's see here. I think the reason why the price tends to skyrocket so much is because when you do place it, a lot of this terrain back here actually does get changed, and I guess they're kind of saying, well, that's what it costs to have like a construction crew come in and dig all this area out, and that it's going to add that price to you know, your whatever, you know, to your buildings that you're placing down. And it's essentially going to happen with anything. So whether or not you're putting down, you know, horse pen or you know, a shed or even a decorative building, they're all kind of going to do that same thing. So just so you know, it's something to be aware of. And like I said, if you're watching this a year from now, in 2018 or 2019 or 2020 or 2025, they could have changed those things by now, and I just don't know about it. Oh, why did I unload the... I did not want to unload the seed. You can now hit I, which will unload whatever you have in here, which is very convenient, but sometimes you do it when you don't want to do it like I just did. All right, what I wanted to do is hit Y, and I want to switch to soybeans because I think soybeans are one of the more profitable crops on the map, and you don't have to really worry about doing too much with them. You just have to make sure they're fertilized, and you should be pretty good to go. All right, let's take. Actually, I'll show you guys how to do maintenance on vehicles and how to upgrade vehicles. So we're going to go down here behind the shop, and there's actually the selling point down here. Now you want to be careful because if you hit enter, you will automatically sell whatever you put in here once you open up the sell menu. So we're just going to, actually let's turn the engine off so that we don't lose our minds here. So we're going to go up here to the sell point menu, and actually if we hit F1, you can turn on the controls there at the top left. So if we hit 1, you can see where it says R to open vehicles options, and again you can see sell right there. That's if you hit the enter button. Do keep in mind that if you sell something, it doesn't pop up with the menu saying, hey, are you sure you want to sell it? It sells it immediately. So just be aware of that. We want to customize this. So we'll hit the space bar, and this particular trailer, which is actually really nice, you can use for several different things, and you can actually change its configuration. Right now it's configured for 4,000 liters, but you can even change it into a bale loading wagon. So if you've got like a front loader, you can put bales up there, which is extremely convenient. And you can also increase its capacity, so 4,000, 8,000, and up to 12,000 liters of capacity, which is really nice. You can also put a cover on it if you so choose, and you can remove it. I think it's the N key, which removes the cover and puts it back on. I genuinely don't really use the covers that often, so I'm going to keep it off. And then you can also put a couple different wheels on here. So we've got the Trelleborg wheels and Michelin, I think, and Lizard. So the Lizard wheels are kind of more like a street tire. The Michelin tires are still kind of a cross between a street tire and an off-road tire. And then the Trelleborg is probably a little bit more of a field tire. So since the Trelleborgs don't really change the price at all, I'm just going to leave it as is because I don't want to be spending a ton of money right now. We can hit the enter button to customize it. It's going to cost us $2,000, and bam, we have our customized trailer. So let's jump in our tractor, turn it on, let's take this home, and then we're going to want to come back because we need to buy some more equipment from our farm, mainly a fertilizer. We definitely need a fertilizer. I also want to purchase a plow because we want to plow some of our fields together. And and then I think last but not least, we're going to want to maybe upgrade one of our tractors so that we've got a tractor that's a bit beefier and can pull a larger seeder. And we're going to see how much money I can actually borrow from the bank. So stay tuned for that. Come on. There we go. So yeah, I really like this Fiat tractor. The only thing I don't like about it is it's not really upgradable. I don't think you can change any of the options. I don't even think you can change the tire options, but I could be wrong about that. But yeah, you can't like increase the horsepower or increase its speed or anything like that. So it's kind of just a starter tractor, just to kind of do some things around the farm. Look around at some of the scenery. This is the spinnery up on the left. If I turn on my mini map, you'll see it there. This is where you sell wool and cotton. There's a road off to the right coming up here, And down there is the biomass heating plant and also the barn selling point. Like you sell straw at the barn, grass, and some other, maybe hay. I'm not sure what else that you sell down there, but if you're ever, if you ever have a question about what sells where, you can actually open up the prices menu and look at the barn. And there, second from the bottom, and you can scroll all the way over there. And wood chips. Oh wait, no, that's the sawmill. Where's the barn? Oh, there it is. And we're going off road. Ah! Let's go up over the hill here. That's what I get for not paying attention here. Let's see. Yeah, okay. So barn. I don't know why it went up there. So yeah, we've got. I believe this is straw. This is silage, and we can also sell. I think that's hay, or maybe that's straw, and this is grass or hay. And yeah, that's about it. And you can also say, okay, well, where, there's milk here. Where can I sell my milk? And, the ranch and so on and so forth. So that's how you can kind of tell where you can sell different products. Okay, so a couple things that I want to buy right off the bat. And again, I'm hitting the P button, and we're going to hit the trailer here, as we absolutely have to have a fertilizer of some sort. So we're going to go to the fertilizer menu here. We've got the Kuhn Axis 40.2 ME blah, 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 blah for $20,000, which will spread just fertilizer at 24 meters. However, we also have the two Bredals, specifically the K105, which is really nice to start off with. It doesn't spread quite as widely at only 12 meters, but it does do both fertilizer and lime. And lime is something that we're going to be using to increase the yield on our field. So we can. This is, I think, is definitely the smarter buy off the beginning. Another couple things that you want to change. We do want to do some customizations to this. One being the extension. So there's the small and big extension. I definitely want to do the big extension. It's only $750, and we go from a 9,000 liter capacity to an 11,000 all the way up to a 14,000 liter capacity. So for holding both lime, it's going to be very important for lime, and also for fertilizer, you definitely want to get the biggest one. Now the wheel setup is something else that we want to change. And what I want to do is I want to put the narrow tires on there. And the reason why I want to do that is sometimes we're going to have to spread lime. We're also going to have, sometimes we're going to have to spread fertilizer while there's crops on the field. Now, generally, I don't think you would spread lime when you have crops on the field. But this game, you can kind of cheat a little bit. So it's going to cost us an additional $500, but it's definitely something that you want to do. You might think it looks silly, but the narrow tires will keep your crops from, being destroyed as you drive over them. And again, going back to what I said earlier about crop destruction, it's only if you have crop destruction turned on. The spreader system, we've got just the basic spreading discs, but I think we have another option to get the 6-meter unit. And okay, so just the 6-meter unit, and these will fold down and increase your spreading width from 12, and it'll increase it up to 18 meters, so you can get more width there. We definitely want to buy it. I do not want additional leasing costs by leasing the vehicles. So there we go. And so that's going to be there. The other thing that I want to purchase, is a plow. And let's see, there's the Salford and the Agro. Are they both the same? The aggro maze is slightly wider, and we're going to use that to join a couple fields together. Now this one, it's so inexpensive to lease that we're just going to go ahead and lease it. And even if we keep it for an extra day, it's still going to be cheaper than buying it and then selling it back. So, and then we also have a couple options here. It doesn't have any, factor on how your soil is plowed, but if you want the universal or the slatted mold boards, you can do that. So we're just going to click, or you can even hit the space bar for leasing, and it's going to cost us $1,200. And I think last but not least, we're going to want to buy some fertilizer for our field. So we're going to get a few of these fertilizer big bags. Now, one thing I wish they would add is the ability to buy multiples of these, but you can only buy one at a time. I think with the oats, no, maybe it's not the oats. Oh, it's the bales. Like if you want to buy bales, you can actually buy more than one. You can buy 6, 8, up to 8 at a time. So that's kind of cool. But we don't need bales right now. What I do need is I need to switch back over to one of my vehicles. And we're going to take our case, 7210, we're going to take that out to the store, and we're going to pick up the things that we just bought. We're also, now one thing I do want to make sure I do is disconnect the front weight, because we're going to need both of the connection points. I should be able to connect the plow to the front and the fertilizer to the rear. Now another thing that I also want to do to the Case Pro, since it's such a great tractor, is I want to add the narrow tires to it, so that we can also use it for doing the fertilizer, for spreading fertilizer, or lime if we need to. But you always want at least one tractor that's got narrow wheels, because especially if you have crop destruction turned on, they're worth their weight in crop destruction, I guess. I would say they're worth their weight in gold, but there's no gold in Farming Sim. Oh, I will say one of the things that really, really disappointed me about Farming Simulator 19 is we no longer have, gold nuggets or horseshoes or gold coins to go searching for. I used to really enjoy looking around the map for, 100 different little things, mainly because it took you to parts of the map that you'll probably never, ever go. And believe me, you guys, I have been looking everywhere I can think to look on this map for any sign of any, Easter eggs. And I have found a few kind of minor Easter eggs. Nothing that's, truly mind-boggling by any stretch of the imagination. But, I really was gutted when we didn't get the option to look for buried treasure or anything like that. So, all right. So we're gonna pick up the plow on the front. Turn this guy around. Oh wait! Before I do all of this, we need to upgrade this tractor. Now, you don't absolutely need to do this, but I personally need to do this because I just need more power. Again, you can just drive it over here and be absolutely sure that you don't hit the enter button as soon as you hit R. We're going to hit to customize it. You can also repair your vehicle from here. So we're going to hit customize. The wheel setup, I want narrow tires. We could do these guys, but I'm going to do the narrow rear twin wheels. And the other thing that I want to do is I want to set it, right now we're getting 170 horsepower, but for $45,000 more, we can increase that to 261. So it's going to cost us some money here, $48,000, And then I think as far as the wheel brand, let's see, Michelin or Trelleborg. I don't think Michelin has a narrow wheel. No, they just have kind of like these giant puffy wheels. So let's go back. Yep, we got the dual wheels in the back, the singles in the front. You know, you can do, you know, single in the back, single in the front, but I like doing the duals in the back just in case. Okay, 261 horsepower, customize, and bam. Just like in real life when you take your vehicle and they get it completely customized, it's done within seconds. Not. And we don't get any additional speed. We get a little bit more torque. We speed up a little bit more quickly. And you know, we can just kind of drive around a little, you know, the tractor just seems peppier, especially when we start, you know, pulling things and, you know, seeders and things like that. So now that we've got our fertilizer here connected up, we're going to drive next to the fertilizer bags, and we're just going to hit R, and it'll start to fill. You'll see those, and nope, keep that open. We'll do that for these two guys over here. You can kind of see it filling up there a little bit. And we've got 3,000 fertilizer in there. And that should be enough to hold us over for a while. And we want to watch these cars. Is he letting me go here? Oh, he's honking at me. He's like, hey, Brad, you can go ahead. Either that or he's just like honking at me being a jerk. Okay, I got to figure out here how... Can I rotate this? Ooh, I can actually rotate that on the front. That's kind of cool. And can I fold it? Let's see. I think we have to go back the other way. And I can hit X to fold it. And it just, okay, so it, I kind of was hoping it would get out of my line of sight a little bit more, but nope. Look at all the bolts and everything. I love the detail. The detail level on a lot of the equipment just seems a lot better this time around as well. There's a lot more little rivets and bolts and fasteners and things like that on the equipment, and you know, it just adds a lot more detail and depth to the world. Definitely super cool. Do 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 do. There's our farmer crossing sign up there. Okay, so we pretty much, let's see, let's unfold the plow here. I'm just going to kind of drop this off here. Now, one thing that you can do, and I'm not sure if I even have this enabled or not, if we go up to and click on the little tractor settings menu, we have different things like helper, refill, we'll buy fuel, seed, fertilizer, slurry, manure, whatever, whenever you hire a worker. So for example, if you hire a worker to seed, the worker will buy the seed, or the worker will buy the fertilizer instead of using it from the fertilizer or seeder that you've provided to them. It is more expensive to do it that way. However, if you're running low on seed and you don't really feel like going all the way back to the dealer, picking up a bunch of seed bags, bringing them out to the you know, wherever you are, you know, obviously you can just turn these on and it'll kind of help you in a pinch. Do be aware though, it's a lot more expensive. I think it's either 1.5 or maybe twice the price to buy seed and fertilizer this way than it is to buy it through the seed bags. But, you know, sometimes you want to save some time, and you're going to spend the money to do that. We're going to unfold this, and actually I want to turn the fertilizer off. And we can fertilize manually, like so. Or I can hire a worker, and the worker will automatically go down to the end of the field. Let's tab to this guy and get him out of the way. So we've got field. What fields do we have planted? I think 26 is planted, and now 19 is planted. And we're going to want to join fields 24 and 25 with our plow. So we'll do that in the next episode. We're not going to do it in this episode. We will do it in the next one. Let's tab back to the other case. I want to tab back to him. Oh, he actually did the full field this time. Congratulations to him. One Easter egg before we go, I do want to show you guys, is right up here. There's our farm here again. I've sold most of the buildings. But right up here, you're going to find a cabin. And right around the backside is the... Oh, is it Polybius? No, it's Jet Set Farming 2148. So no Polybius this time. But we have this really cool hammer that doesn't really do anything. And apparently the helper has completed their task. I don't know why he completed that, but obviously he did not. So we're going to continue on with the fertilization. The fertilization of Field 19. Sounds like a dirty book. And we are done. So we will have to come back and fertilize this again, because the little Amazon seeder doesn't have a built-in, you only put seed in it. You don't put seed and fertilizer. So we'll come back in the next episode. We'll join the two fields together. We will get the field cultivated, and maybe, just maybe, buy a new seeder that does cultivate. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, hit that like button if you enjoyed the first Let's Play episode of Farming Simulator 17. Let me know what you think of the series down in the comments section below, and if you haven't done so, please subscribe for this and many more videos. It helps me out tremendously. This has been Farming Simulator 19. Guys, I'm Brad M73. I will see you all next time. Bye for now.